In this video, I'm going to talk about how Logan Paul, one of the biggest YouTubers, might be a marketing genius. Logan Paul, one of the biggest stars on YouTube with over 17 million subscribers and millions of views, recently announced that he was ending his vlog series. Now, just 24 hours after uploading his video, it was picked up by major news site online. It was published everywhere. Everyone was talking about it. Because of this, he received a lot of brand exposure. A lot of people were talking about it, and he got even more views and even more subscribers because of that video. Now, this is a very good marketing strategy. Basically, it's well known that clickbait typically works really well. Even though he wasn't actually ending his vlog series, he actually managed to troll every single news site online to talk about him and expose his brand to a lot of new people. Now, this is not mainly the reason why Logan Paul is actually a very good marketer. And this is coming from someone who actually markets and creates a lot of branding strategy online for myself and other companies out there. But you see, Logan Paul has managed to turn his brand into a multi-million dollar money making machine. In every single video he puts out there, he promotes his brand, he promotes his clothing line, which is known as the merch, and basically makes millions of dollars doing this every single year. His followers are more than happy to spend hundreds of dollars with him just buying everything that he puts out there and basically on whatever he promotes. And that's not even including his sponsorship deals. I'm not including movies that he's making or anything else. Just from his merch alone, he's making a lot of money. What I wanted to do is, since I don't really know the stats of how much money he's making from selling his merch, I'm not going to count his YouTube earnings or anything like that, which I'm thinking that it might be a very considerable amount because he's pulling over 100 million views a month. But if we take a look and we dive into his website stats, if we actually dive into how much traffic he's getting, and from there we'll do some simple math and see what type of revenue he might be pulling on a monthly basis just from selling his merch alone. Now, to pull these numbers, I'm going to use similarweb.com, which is a very powerful and unique website to find information on any website online in regards to traffic stats and traffic metrics and things like that. And from there, we're going to use that information just to grab an estimate on what type of sales he might be pulling from his website alone. Like I said, I'm not going to include his YouTube earnings. That might be a very large amount of money, or his movies or anything else that he does, because we're just going to focus on how good of a marketer he is to promote his brand and what type of money he might be pulling just from promoting his brand. With that said, let's jump in and take a look at the numbers. All right, guys, so before I show you the numbers on similarweb.com, I wanted to share with you this article that I found from Forbes that talked about how much money he makes per Facebook post or Instagram post, which the numbers are really nuts, to be honest with you. So that's not including the article talked about basically, how much money does he make, not including his YouTube stuff and all that. But as you can see, sponsors including HBO, Haynes, Dunkin' Donuts, Nike, Verizon, things like that, he can pull between $150,000 per Facebook post and $80,000 for an Instagram post. That is truly crazy. So with that in mind, let's jump into the SimilarWeb stats just to show you and give you an idea of how much traffic he might be pulling. So actually March 2018, he's getting an average of 2 million, 1.6 to 2 million visitors per month. That is a lot of people. As you can see, 34% of those people are from the US. So that means that most of the people who are watching his videos are actually living in the US, which probably means that he's making way more money on YouTube because his traffic comes from the US. Now, if we go to the traffic sources, you can see that 41% of that traffic comes from social profiles on social networks. He's also getting a lot of traffic from search, and most people that are searching for his stuff, as you can see, the number one is Logan Paul merch, which he talks about in his videos. So that is a keyword that he has basically branded. Maverick, it's another keyword, Maverick merch. So he has this specific keywords that he has branded on every single video, and people just type it on Google, on Bing or Yahoo, and uh, drives a lot of traffic to his store. So if we go down, you can see that 87.10% of all his traffic to that specific page comes from YouTube. In total, the social traffic, it's about 41%, but 87% comes from YouTube. So he's definitely driving a lot of traffic from YouTube. Okay, so now we have a general idea of how much traffic his online store is actually getting. So I'm going to do some simple math just to get an estimate on how much revenue he might be pulling from his store. Now, keep in mind that in his store, there's products that range from $25 to $55. So we're not really going to know exactly the average per sale, but we can actually have a general idea of how much traffic, how many sales he might be getting if we just do an average. So let's say that in the month of February, he actually got 2 million visitors. So we're going to put 2 million here, and we're going to do the average for an online store is typically between 1.5% to 2% on the higher end. So we're going to do 1.5% just to be safe. So we're going to do minus 1.5%, and that's about 30,000 sales. So that means out of 2 million visitors, he might be getting 30,000 sales. Now, if we take that 30,000 and we multiply that by an average of, if he has product from $25 to $60 and we just do the average, let's say that it's just $30, and we multiply that by $30, then that means he's probably making $900,000 per month in revenue. So those are crazy numbers. Of course, I have no real data to verify this information, but just from the amount of traffic that he's getting, we can guess that he might be getting close to $1 million a year in revenue. Now, what amount of that is actually profit, we don't know that, but that's still a very highly profitable business. So the next time you watch one of his videos, if you do watch them, you'll appreciate the marketing aspect of what he does. He might not be the brightest when it comes to the type of content that he puts out there, but when it comes to selling and marketing and actually promoting his brand and building his following, things like that, you definitely have to appreciate that the work that he's actually doing is definitely paying off. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoy this type of content, feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.